Welcome to Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle, LaPorte County's original social media. Sound Off is a public interest forum that encourages your voice to be heard on the topics and issues impacting our local communities. We invite you to be part of the conversation by calling or texting 219-362-0522. You may also email your questions to soundoff at 967theeagle.com. This is a topic-based program, and we ask that you keep your comments brief, concise, and related to the topic being discussed. The views expressed on Sound Off are those of the hosts or callers and do not represent the opinion of 96.7 The Eagle, Spoon River Media, LLC, or the sponsors. The on-air line is now open for your calls or texts at 219-362-0522. And now, Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle.
And a pleasant good afternoon. Welcome to Sound Off on this Monday. Stan Maddox here. Our guest today is Center Township Trustee Lisa Pierzakowski. So give us a call. That number one more time, 219-362-0522. You can text us at that same number as well. Lisa, welcome to Sound Off as always.
Thanks, Dan. Great to be back in the studio with everybody talking about what our office does.
All right. Well, first things first, the new overnight shelter that opened a couple of months ago at the old train depot, it's getting an extension of life. It was supposed to close at the end of March, but now it's going to be open until close to the end of April. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so it's supposed to actually close today, but they are going to be open until, I believe it's April 28th. Something like that. I don't know when. I know Easter's the 20th, and it's like the following Monday after that. So they will be open till then.
Yeah, tell us the reason for the decision.
Well, I know Harry wanted to keep it open a little bit longer so we could work with a few more of the residents. Also, they're working on a Easter dinner for everybody. So they're working with a couple of the organizations to do an Easter dinner. And he worked with the mayor to get it extended a little bit longer.
Well, that's nice. That's great. Of course, your office has been at the center stage, so to speak, helping the people through case management, in many cases, find new homes. Tell us more about that.
It's been, it's been a challenge because, they actually come in our office after they leave the shelter. So the shelter's open from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m., and then they come into our office after that. And, going from being open the days that we were, being open 7 days a week was a little rough on me, and I got pretty sick there for a while, so it was a real struggle. But, yeah, we had people coming in, and we were able to get some housed. We were able to get some back with their family members. We were able to get some into rehab and things like that. We have a couple more we're still working with. Hopefully we can, in the next 30 days, get a couple of the other ones taken care of. Two of the gentlemen, when they got in my car this morning, said they got jobs. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I hope they keep those jobs, and then we can get their money saved and then get them into housing, because that's the whole thing. We don't want them, when the shelter closes in April, we don't want them to, go back out on the street. So the goal is to do as much case management with them that we can and get them back on their feet.
Boy, how many people have you worked with since it opened a couple of months ago?
I know it's above 40. I couldn't tell you. I didn't pull up those numbers because I wasn't sure what all I was going to talk about today, but I know it's well above 40. So. Okay.
Well, that's good news. It sounds encouraging. You're making a dent into the problem here.
Well, it's like I said. I told Harry. I said it's had its ups and downs. Of course, every new adventure has that. It's just my office just isn't set up like in Michigan City with Keys to Hope, with my office being a government office and a food pantry and GED and other agencies being there. It's kind of hard to have a day center in there also. But we've made it work. We've had people, one day I think we had 12 people, and 12 people taking showers and doing laundry, and then we have people coming in for food pantry and people coming into our office to, for us to help them. It was, struggles at times, but we we made it work, and it was great to get them into our office so that we could do the case management with them, see what's going on, talk with them each day, and realizing, this isn't going to work. We're not going to be able to find a job for them because there's a mental health issue, or there's an addiction issue, or, they really need to go in a nursing home because they've got some type of, we have a gentleman that's diabetic, and we struggle getting his sugar under control. So, there's just different things you find out when you've got them there and you're able to work with them.
Okay. All right. So it's going to be open now until, you say April 25th?
I believe it's somewhere around April 25th. It's the following Monday. I see you got a calendar right there. So, yeah. So it's going to be April 28th.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's going to be the Monday after Easter, not the exact day after Easter. They're going to do one more week after that. So.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Great. So, will the old train depot be the overnight shelter again next year?
That's a conversation you need to have with your mayor, because I have no idea. Last I heard was that it was going to be some type of mental health or something like that. So that's a conversation you'll have to have with the mayor when you see him tomorrow morning when he's on the radio. Okay.
Okay. So if it's not at the old train depot, will it be somewhere else, do you think?
I'm sure Harry and the mayor are working on something, because they saw that there was a need in LaPorte and that, it does work. So I'm sure that they are working on that, but that's not something I'm privy to. So that's something between them.
All right. We have a text message. I think you're going to like this one. This person says, a lot of folks will say it. Lisa P. is awesome.
Well, whoever said that, thank you very much. But I will tell you, it is nothing but teamwork. It's not just Lisa. It's teamwork. There's a lot that goes on.
Okay, and this person sent us a text message. They want to know, where's your office at?
So our office is at 1108 West State Road 2. We're right between Town and Country Floral and Healthy Shakes. So we're out down towards the old Aldi's area.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. It's time to take a quick commercial break. Stay with us here in Sound Off.
Whoa, what happened to your garage? It's clean. You had enough rusty bikes and dead electronics to start a museum.
Well, Dynamic Meddling Recycling in Kingsbury called my crap scrap, and then they bought it all from me.
They bought all that crap?
Yeah, my scrap. Old lawnmower, busted water heater, even that box of tangled wires and old electronics. It all fits in my wallet as cash now.
I guess it's time to clean my garage and fill my wallet, too.
Turn your scrap into cash. Take it to Dynamic Metal Recycling, First Line Road in the Kingsbury Industrial Park, and you'll feel good that you did.
Hello. This is Dale Naus with Cutler Funeral Home and Cremation Center. Caring friends are always available when you need them the most. At Cutler Funeral Home and Cremation Center, we make available caring, compassionate grief counseling before, during, and long after you have experienced the loss of a loved one. Whether your funeral arrangements were with us or another funeral home, Caring Voices is a service that will connect you with master-level counselors anytime you need a listening ear. Allow us to help you and those around you to start on a pathway to healing. Don't suffer alone during your time of loss. Comfort and understanding flow through Caring Voices, provided exclusively at no expense to you by Cutlers. Call us at 219-362-2828. That's 219-362-2828. Or stop by to find out more about Caring Voices.
96.7 The Eagle, Dennis Adele here to remind you Tuesday's around the corner, which means LaPorte City Mayor Tom Dermody will be back in the studio to play Stump the Mayor. Make sure you join us at 6:30 for that. Of course, Stan Maddox will have your local news. Wayne Mahar will have your precision weather forecast. And besides the mayor, I've got plenty of country music. Tuesday edition of The Mayhem. It all begins at 5 a.m. Join us, won't you? Right here on your home for country music variety, 96.7 The Eagle.
Looking for a hard-to-find item you can't find in the stores? Maybe you'd like to sell a few items you no longer use or need. Maybe you're looking for help around the house or yard. Tradio is the answer. Every weekday following your 9 a.m. news for Tradio on 96.7 The Eagle. It's your time to call 362-0522 to buy, sell, and trade just about anything, even those hard-to-find items. Join us for Tradio, weekdays from 9:06 a.m. until 10 on 96.7 The Eagle.
This look at the forecast at 96.7 The Eagle brought to you by Harmon Expert Auto Service. Looking for reliable and professional auto repair services? Visit HarmonExpertAuto.com, stop by 308 Washington Street, or call 325-0444 to schedule your appointment today.
Michiana weather.
Chance for showers this afternoon. Otherwise, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. High of 39. From the Weather Center at HometownNewsNow.com. I'm meteorologist Paul Tremblay. Right now, 36.
Thank you for tuning in to Sound Off. You can now text or email your questions directly to the studio. Call or text 362-0522 or email your questions to soundoff@967theeagle.com. This is Sound Off.
And welcome back to Sound Off on this Monday afternoon. Our guest once again, Center Township Trustee Lisa Pierzakowski. Give us a call or a text message at 362-0522. So, Lisa, let's talk about the Center Township Trustee's office. Some people might know exactly what is it that you do. We also we often hear about how you're coming to the need of people in aid, but tell us more about the workings of your office.
Yeah, first of all, that last caller that had called and said something, I want to talk about my staff a little bit. I have 3 staff members. I have Jamie, who's my front-end girl, and she also takes care of our food pantry and a lot of other things. She's newer to our office, and she recently just started writing a newsletter for us, so we're kind of excited about that. Danny, I call her my right-hand girl. Danny has been with me since day one, since I became trustee, so we're like kind of joined at the hip. And she really helps everybody above and beyond. I mean, not only does she, meet and do case management, but she does the food stamps, she does the insurance, and, so much more. We have clients that come in and they might need help with their taxes or something like that, or, elderly gentleman might need something else, or, just something that a normal trustee wouldn't do. Danny's right there to, help out. Brittany is just back with us after having a baby. She had worked with us probably 4 or 5 years ago and left to complete a job in her field. And she just recently had a baby and came back. And I'm excited to say that she just completed her SOAR training for our office. So what that means, once she has her certificate, she'll be able to work with some of our clients to help them get their disability. So normally a SOAR case will take a lot less time than a regular disability case. So I'm really kind of excited about that. So, but, excuse me, going back to...
So people can file for disability through your office.
We will have a SOAR case will be done with somebody that is already a client of ours, and we're seeing that we're not able to get them where they need to be with work or something else. And the next thing would be for disability. This isn't people just come in and start this. That's not what this is for. This is for our clients to give another added support to our office.
Okay.
So, but as everybody knows, the township trustees are here, and we help pay rent, NIPSCO, and water. And then we're the front face of the less fortunate. So that's basically what, the trustee's office does. So a lot of people come in for rent, NIPSCO, and water. But the thing is, we're not just going to pay your bill and send you out the door. We're going to find out what is going on. Why is it you're in our office? Why is it you could pay it last month, but you can't pay it this month? Why is it you haven't paid it for 3 months? You're working, bringing in $6,000 in the last 90 days, but you haven't paid your rent, or you haven't paid your... What's going on? So a lot of people get upset because we ask for documents. We've had people yelling and screaming, running out the door, saying, I'm not going to do this. You asked for too much documents. You want us to do too much work for that little $600 that you pay on my rent. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but if somebody was paying $600 on my mortgage, I'd be appreciative and do anything and everything I could.
Right.
So, people need to understand that we have a job to do. I'm elected. My staff works for me, but we work for the taxpayers. And again, I said taxpayers. So this is somebody that owns property. This is a homeowner. This is property tax dollars that we receive in our budget to use. So we've got to be good stewards of that money. We're not going to just pay somebody's rent because Johnny went on vacation and came back and now he doesn't have money to pay his rent. Well, no, that's not a responsibility of us. I'm sorry, you're upset, I'm not paying, Tommy decides he wants to go to the casino 6 nights a week. Well, I'm sorry, Tommy, that you want to go to the casino and not pay your rent. I'm not going to pay your rent. Susie wants to go up to New Buffalo and get something to help her sleep at night. So she wants to spend her money on that rather than paying her rent.
What, sleeping pills? I know. I'm just joking. Yeah.
I'm not even going
the
to
marijuana dispensaries, right?
So the whole thing is we have to know what's going on. And we've had people come in and we ask for bank transaction history. So if somebody comes in and they're asking for rent for the last 30 days, we want your bank transaction history. And I brought one of our things. So we ask for their ID, their social security card, a copy of their tax return. If the first 4 or 5 months of the year, we're going to ask for a copy of your tax return. If you just received $18,000 in February and you're coming to us for rent in April, what did you do with that money? Because what we have to do is we have to divide that by months. That's income. That's classified as income. We ask for check stubs or reward letters. We want to see what you've made in the last 30 days. Receipts. Does everybody keep receipts? No. But we ask for receipts if you have receipts. If you don't have receipts, is that going to be a deal breaker? No. Not until you've been in our office multiple times. And if you've been in our office multiple times, you know that we have a golden ticket called Future Eligibility Requirements. And on there, it says, must provide receipts for all expenditures, must provide receipts for all ATM withdrawals. So that's where we're going to, if you have been in our office before many times, we're going to require receipts. But the first time you come in, no, because you usually don't have receipts. Not everybody keeps receipts. Now, I'm a budget person with my clients. I'm a budget person with my staff. And I tell everybody, put a shoebox by your front door. When you come in at night, take your receipts out of your pocket, take your receipts out of your purse, throw them in there. You never know when you're going to need that receipt. You might 2 weeks later decide you got to return something or you need that receipt for something else. At the end of the month, if you want to get rid of them, or the end of 2 months or whatever, but receipts are important for certain things, so it doesn't hurt to keep them. But there again, it could be that Johnny comes in and he makes really good money, but he had a car repair. It could be that his car broke down. Okay, so he fixed his car and now he needs help with his rent. So of course we're going to help with that. Yes, he had enough income, but he had an emergency. But we have to be able to show all this because, again, we're bound by the state of Indiana. And when the state of Indiana comes in and I'm audited and they pull that file and they see that Johnny brought in $6,000 and we paid $600 for his rent that month, they're going to go, why? He's over income. He had the income. Oh, wait, he blew it on this, this, and this. Why did you pay it? And at some point they could say, well, you paid it and you shouldn't have. You're going to pay back the state. So, it falls back on us. So we have to be good stewards of the money. Again, taxpayer dollars. That's property tax dollars. So I just wanted, I wanted to go back and just remind everybody, we're not in our office to sit there and deny people. We help so many people. And again, it's not that we're just going to pay your bill and go on. I'm working right now with, I don't know how many people budgeting. They're coming into my office either once a week when they get paid or once every other week when they get paid. And we're budgeting with them. We're helping them get caught up with their bank account was upside down or they've got a lot of medical bills. We can work with them and budget with them and figure all this out. Like I've said before, I have a young man that was totally upside down. I'm now his payee and, his bills are paid. He's driving a brand new car now. He went from being completely upside down to probably $5,000-$6,000 in the hole to where he's right side up. He's got an apartment. He's driving a new car. He's got money every week. He's able to, go out and stuff. So it can work, but you have to work with us. If you're working against us, it's not going to work. But we are there to help you. And I'm sorry that sometimes it upsets people when we ask for documents or we ask questions. Again, we're not in your brain. We can't read what's going on, but we can't help you if we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So work with us. We're there to help you. We're not there to, not help you, but we can't do it if you don't work with us.
Yeah. And like you said, you have to answer to the state of Indiana.
Exactly. So
So people really get a tax refund of $18,000.
I just use that as a rough one. But I've since being in the trustee's office, I didn't realize people could get such high, refunds. I'm seeing $8,000, $10,000, $12,000. We pay, so I don't. I didn't know there was such a thing.
Wow. Well, I guess, if you have a lot of kids, you get the child exemption and it can rack up pretty fast. Yeah.
Another thing is utility allotments. We have some of our apartment complexes in LaPorte that are based on income base. So if you're not paying any rent and you're getting a utility allotment check, that utility allotment check needs to go to NIPSCO. It needs to be paid on your NIPSCO. I don't care if your utility allotment check for the month is $190 and your bill's only $150. You pay the $190 because you know what? Come winter or come summer, your bill's going to be higher, and then you're going to have that credit. If you're receiving that utility allotment and you're not paying on it and you're coming to our office, that's double dipping. We can't pay what you had already received from the government and didn't pay. So again, those utility allotment checks, which we keep trying to get the government, but again, if they're all pointing fingers at each other, it's not our responsibility, it's not our job, we don't give it, we don't, So if the government would make those utility allotment checks paid directly to NIPSCO rather than giving them to the client, we wouldn't be in some of these situations.
All right. Well, if you want to give us a call or send us a text message, our guest once again, Center Township Trustee Lisa Pierzakowski, 362-0522. So probably a busy time since people are doing their taxes, right?
Well, it's a busy time for that. I just got back from last week. I was down at the State House again. So we've got some bills we're, going and talking about. Senate Bill 1, as everybody knows, is a property tax bill. And if that bill's passed the way it is, it will kill my budget. I know that. The other one that we've been working against and talking against is House Bill 1461. That is a roads bill. And in that roads bill, they are asking for the township trustees to pay 30% above their budget. And then there's also more things that go into that. But that's also a bill that could really hurt us because, again, if that bill's taking 30% of our budget and then Senate Bill 1's taking, I think the first year it's $124,000. But I know by the third year with Senate Bill 1, it's like $189 or something like that. So my budget's not that big to be losing that much money each year.
Is that the property tax reform bill?
Yeah, Senate Bill 1. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, somebody sent us a text message. They would like to know your opinion about the House bill that's supposed to take 30% of your budget.
Yeah, that like I said, I've been to Indy a couple times. I was just on another Zoom meeting last night, and I don't know. I think Thursday it goes into appropriations. So we're just waiting. When I was there Tuesday, to testify. I know amendment number 30 on the bill had just been introduced at the last minute, so we all had to change our way we were testifying and stuff. So I'm not sure how many more amendments will come out. I'm not sure what amendments will go into appropriations to be voted on, but we're keeping a really close eye on that bill and do what we possibly can.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, it's time for another break. Stay with us here on Sound Off.
Here we grow again. Your new neighbors are here, Michigan City. The Bob Lacurcio Auto Group now owns Michigan City Ford, Michigan City Kia, and Michigan City Hyundai. New ownership means better selection, better deals, and better service. Plus, all three locations now offer mobile service, so we'll come to you. Call us for an appointment today and get an oil change for as low as $29.95. We're proud to serve the Michigan City community we now call home. Visit us online at blautogroup.com.
You're going to like buying a car this way.
Your hometown credit union. People helping people. First Trust Credit Union.
Hey, Mike, have you heard about the amazing auto loans at First Trust Credit Union?
What's the scoop?
Well, First Trust has low-rate auto loans. There's no application fees, and you can even delay your first payment for 60 days.
Wow, I've been thinking about buying a new car.
Yeah, you should check out First Trust. You can get a fast, easy pre-approval, and I'm sure they have an auto loan that's right for you. You can purchase something new or even refinance vehicles to get a better rate. If you need a vehicle, First Trust Auto Loan Team is waiting for you. Call First Trust Credit Union, apply online at firsttrustcu.com, or stop by a First Trust branch in Michigan City, LaPorte, Valparaiso, or Wheatfield.
All loans subject to credit approval with rates based on consumer credit scoring system. Interest will accrue during 60 days. Payment is deferred. Rate match is subject to predetermined limits.
It's your home for Slicer Sports and 96.7 The Eagle. Catch every Slicers baseball game this season live on air. Whether it's on the road or from right down the street at Schreiber Field, every out and inning will be here on 96.7 The Eagle. Sponsored by MC Doors, Flanagan Tire, Raymond and Spence Insurance, Giggles Boutique, Mitch Ficus Builders, Haiti Excavating, Dr. Randy Bannock DDS, Edward Jones, Salisbury and Spence, Keller's Limestone Service. Go Slicers!
What are you waiting for? The lines are open on Sound Off. Text or dial your questions now to 362-0522. That's 362-0522. Now, back to LaPorte County's original social media. Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle.
And welcome back to Sound Off. Our guest again, Center Township Trustee Lisa Pierzakowski, 362-0522. That's her number to call or text. Real quick, Lisa, somebody wants to know, if you take these cuts in your budget, like you had talked about previously, that's a possibility. Is that going to affect staffing?
Well, actually, it already did, because we were in the process of hiring another person, because with the shelter, the day center, and everything being done in our office, it was taking a toll on me to where I needed another person full-time in the back of our building. And we had advertised for that, and I was not able to do it with these bills being a possibility, because losing 30% of the budget and then losing the other money with Senate Bill 1, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. So as far as affecting staffing, because the one bill affects us as of July of this year, which I don't think is right, but affects us July of this year, if there's any cuts, I would take a cut in my salary. I would not expect my staff to take a cut. So. Okay.
Upcoming events.
Yeah.
I understand you get a couple of those you want to talk about.
Yeah, so we got April 14th, we have our Give Back Night with Wana Pizza, and that is going to be from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., and you can come in and have pizza there. You can order pizza online and pick it up, or you can have it delivered. Either way, we receive a percentage of every sale. The other thing is, if you're coming in to dine in or order a pizza to pick up, we are going to have several Easter baskets there for you to put a ticket in for a drawing. It's a free drawing. And at the end of the night, we will draw a name for each of the Easter baskets for kids. So anybody that has a child with them, ages 1 to 12, the kids will be able to put their name on a ticket and put it in a little basket by the Easter basket they want. So I think right now, I have 7 or 8 Easter baskets, but I know we've got more coming. So I'm hoping to have between 10 and 12 Easter baskets. So again, that is April 14th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Bring the kids in, order some pizza, eat there, take it home with you, and sign your kids up for an Easter basket.
Okay, great. Recently, they had a groundbreaking for the Homeward Bound. Is it Homeward Bound Villages, or is it Homeward Bound Village at Carwick Road in Michigan City?
It's Homeward Bound Villages, but it's called Carwick Village.
Carwick Village.
Yes.
Okay.
So we just broke ground on that a couple weeks ago, and it's a day I've been waiting for. And I will tell you, there was many tears that day. I was extremely sick that day, but I was not going to miss that for anything. It was great to put the shovel in the ground and turn that dirt over, and know that this year we will have some of those houses built and have people in them soon. So we're excited. I know they've taken a bunch of trees down already, and hopefully foundation will be coming soon. But it's been a long time on the board with Homeward Bound, and it's something that Lee Colburn, one of the founding fathers, and I both had visited Austin, Texas, to the Community First Village, and saw how important the smaller homes were, and how it's about a community. It's not just about living in a small home. It's about a community. It's about community living. So with this, that we're doing is it's co-op. So it's, they're going to actually, pay rent and pay into the co-op, but they'll basically be in charge of it and have a say-so in everything about it. And it's just, it's exciting because, one, it's going to be affordable housing because we don't have any affordable housing. The other thing is it's going to help people get back on their feet and make them excited about living in a community together with other people. So I'm really excited about the program.
Yeah, kind of like a homeowners association. How many of those affordable homes are going to be built? I can't remember the number.
Eventually, we're hoping for 12. So, but hopefully this year we get, yes, I would say this off the top of my head. It's either, we're hoping 2 to 6, I do believe. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, we're going to get some up and get them going, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to, start working with the people that are going to be coming in and owning them, and just, it's affordable housing. It's a dream come true. It really is. I felt like Cinderella on that day, and I looked at my husband and I said, one of my dreams came true because this is just something I've wanted ever since being in Austin, Texas.
Wow. Like Cinderella.
So I felt like Cinderella, just,
Did you have the slippers?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay,
no.
okay.
It was kind of breezy and chilly that day, so.
But yeah, I mean, if it's like a homeowners association, they have skin in the game, right?
Exactly. And I think that's one of the most important things about this is because it's not just I'm renting a home, but I really have ownership in this. And I think it will give them something like skin in the game, you say, but I think there's going to be so much more into it because they're going to be a community and working together, and somebody's going to be in charge of finances, and somebody's going to be in charge of, membership, and somebody's going to be in charge of the property. And, I just think it's really great that they're going to be able to come in and work together for it.
Okay.
So excited.
Yeah. Sounds like you had a major role.
I've been on the board since within 6 months of the project starting in 2017, I believe, 2016. So.
Boy, any other villages like this planned in the future?
Let's get this one going.
Okay.
And this has been my thing from day one. Build it, and they will come. Build it, and it'll happen again. So that's I'm thinking. They're going to see how well this is taking off. They're going to see how well it helps people. Affordable housing, and just I can see this happening in other areas. I myself think I'm seeing another one make down south or something. So, yeah. But the first one's in Michigan City because that's where we were able to get able to build the smaller homes. So. Okay,
great. Well, that's fantastic. Seeing to fruition a major goal of yours. I'm sure that did feel good, like you said.
It did. Yep, exciting.
Okay. Well, we see something like that in LaPorte. A lot of people want to see the smaller homes built here in the city.
You'll have to have that conversation with your mayor.
All right. Looks like we have a call coming in. You're on Sound Off. Let's take that call. You're on. Go ahead. Hello.
What? Yes, Lisa, God bless you for what you do. I know what you've done because I've come in and donate food once in a while. But the sad part of it is the society, especially the politicians, they don't, to me, my opinion is they don't care as much as like you do, and the people that have a good heart, they're out for the glory. You're out just to make good in society, and I know every night you probably go to bed, your heart's fulfilled. So I just want to call in and compliment you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for all the food you've been donating. We truly appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for the call. Let's see. We have a text message here, Lisa. There is a company that has designed a concrete domed shell they developed for Native American reservations. Why aren't we using this for affordable housing?
Well, that's not something I've heard of, but I will tell you I've done a lot of research. I like the pallet homes. I have brought the pallet home information to the city of LaPorte. I've brought the pallet homes living to some other representatives and other people pay grade much higher than mine. And I think the pallet homes is something that actually could be done in our area. But again, you have to be able to have the variance and whatever, be able to build a certain size home on a certain size property, and and then you have all those, not in my backyard type thing. So I'm excited about Carwick Village. I think that's a start, and maybe that will open up some eyes and get something like that allowed to be built someplace else.
All right. Boy, just a couple of minutes to go. Anything that you want to talk about that we haven't touched upon yet today?
Nope, just my office is open Monday and Tuesday, 9 to 4, Wednesday, 9 to 5, Friday, 9 to noon. The Township office phone number is 219-362-2736. My personal cell for the Township, 219-851-8739. And please, if you're needing assistance with something, stop in and we will see what we can do. We do ask people to call and make appointments because we are struggling right now. We have many, many people coming in for NIPSCO disconnects with energy assistance thing going on this year. We've got hit really hard with that, and then with rent. So please call and make an appointment, and we're happy to get you in and see what we can do to help. Yeah, the
energy assistance, is that higher than last year?
Oh, no. People were getting probably like $425 compared to the $1,200 they were getting, and then it shut down actually almost 2 months early. But they did just notify us this last week that they were opening back up. They received some more funds, but it's only for certain things like disconnects and some other things. And I don't know how much money they got, so I'm not sure how long that will last. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Final thoughts.
Everybody make it a great day. I know it's snowing out there, but sunshine's coming back when you blink your eyes.
Yep, that's March for you. Of course, it's April the 1st
that's
tomorrow.
That's Indiana for you. Blink and the weather changes.
Right, yeah. You never know what you're going to get this time of year. It could be 80 one day and 30 and snowing the next. That's for sure. Well, Lisa, thanks for coming on Sound Off as always. I look forward to your next visit.
Thank you, Stan. Have a great day.
All right. Lisa Pierzakowski, Center Township Trustee, our guest today on Sound Off. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the text messages and calls. Have a great day. We'll see you on Friday. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us and voicing your opinion on this edition. The views expressed on Sound Off are those of the host or callers and do not represent the opinion of 96.7 The Eagle, Spoon River Media, LLC, or the sponsors. Sound Off airs live every Monday and Friday, immediately following Update 12 News, and is available online after the show is over under the podcast menu at hometownnewsnow.com. Mark your calendar and join us again for the next edition of Sound Off, right here on 96.7 The Eagle.